Whenever I'm bored, I turn on a Street League contest to just vibe out to. I've been doing this for like 10 years, and probably watched some of the contests a triple-digit number of times. With Street League continuing to be a strong brand in the skate contest world, it got me thinking, why hasn't there ever been a Street League video game? I know they put their courses in True Skate, but that's a mobile game that doesn't scratch the itch I'm after. No, I'm talking a proper console or PC game. The skateboarding game space has been dead for ages. True Skate is probably the biggest skateboarding game out there today, and that's a mobile game first and foremost. They tried making a PC version of the game, but having played it, it feels terrible and doesn't look much better. You'd think that with the genre being as dead as it is, there wouldn't be such a push in the simulation direction, but that's been the case following Skate 3. With a new game from the EA Skate series being seen as a pipe dream for many years, games like Skater XL and Session marketed themselves specifically to skaters with their more realistic control schemes. True Skate seemed to be trying to do the same with their PC title, but that game looks to be kinda dead now, as there hasn't been any word from the developer in almost a year. If it's not simulators, it's offshoots. The Ollie Ollie series, Skatebird, and Froggy's Battle, these are games that blended skateboarding into different genres like platformers and roguelikes. The only game that's tried approaching skateboarding in a similar style to the games that kept the genre alive in the late 2000s is Riders Republic with their recent skateboarding expansion. But even it's closer to the Tony Hawk games than the Flick-It controls you know from the EA Skate series. It's also extremely bare bones in terms of customization, more than just about any proper skateboarding game I've ever seen, with only 3 board companies and no ways to customize other aspects of your setup, and only about 3 hours worth of missions. That's because it's just one mode in the game. Ubisoft wasn't making a skateboarding game. They added skateboarding to Riders Republic, an action sports game that also includes skiing, snowboarding, wingsuiting, and BMX riding. It's actually a game I really recommend if any of those sports sound interesting to you. It's extremely approachable, but it's not what I want. Quick little edit, after finishing this video, I came across a game on itch.io called Skate Ride, and it's fantastic. The trick system is pretty easy to understand, but the difficulty comes in timing up when you go to catch your flip tricks and how to line up your grinds. I will probably spend over 100 hours in Skate Ride over the course of 2024. It's so much fun and an absolute steal at under $5. I'll be covering it more in a future video, but for now, you really need to check this game out if you're a skateboarding fan. It confuses me greatly that after years of people clamoring for Skate 4, no game tried to copy the Flick-It system, which felt great and was pretty intuitive after a single tutorial. As far as I can tell, EA doesn't have a patent on the control scheme, meaning there was nothing stopping anyone from just copying Skate's controls outright. Yet nobody did. It took us actually getting a new Skate game from EA for the Flick-It system to make a return. But with this new entry looking very much focused on the social media meme potential that gave Skate 3 a massive boost in sales about 5 years after the game's release, I am again nervous that it will not be the skateboarding game I've been waiting almost a decade for at this point. If it eventually gets revealed that this new Skate game will have a $60 offering that gives me a 20-hour single-player mode and the ability to just do my own thing offline, disregard that last sentence. But if it doesn't, this is my plea for a Street League game, along with a way to integrate the Tony Hawk brand into it. So what is Street League? Street League is a circuit of skateboarding competitions run in a seasonal format where skaters qualify for the main event and earn points throughout the season. At the end of each season, the points leaders compete in the Super Crown finale to determine that season's champion. In 2015, they added a women's division. While the scoring system has changed a lot throughout the years, here's how it used to break down when I was watching it all the time. You started off with a line section, where each skater got 2 tries at putting together a 30-second run across the entire course, being awarded a score out of 10. Your best run was the only one that counted, and the lowest scoring skater got dropped heading into the second section. Then there was the tech section, where you got 5 attempts to land 3 tricks on or over lower impact obstacles. Then things finished off with the big section, a big set of stairs and either rails or ledges, with the same best 3 out of 5 rules applying. They're fun competitions to watch, and I think they could also make for a really fun game. On the most basic level, I would want this game to use the Flick-It control system, completely copying EA. They worked so well in Skate, but nobody else wants to use them. It's like if everyone saw Street Fighter and the Hadouken and thought, nope, no fireballs, you will never see that in this genre again. It's insane. For a game like this, I'd want to make the normal difficulty fall right between Skate 3's normal and hardcore difficulties, with that game's normal being this game's easy, and this game's realistic difficulty being just a bit harder than Skate 3's hardcore difficulty. I think that would put the game's controls into a place where people couldn't just cheese the hell out of things and make the competition aspect of it into a joke. With that out of the way, how could we turn Street League into a fun and full video game experience that would feel right at home on modern consoles and PC? Unlike Skate or even the Tony Hawk games, I think a Street League game would be better served focusing on smaller individual skate park levels. This would make things much more doable than asking for massive interconnected worlds like we've seen in the Skate games. The Street League competition stages themselves are a perfect example of what I'm thinking, along with the inclusion of famous skate parks like Marseille, Venice Beach, and the skate park of Tampa, on top of parks specifically made for the game. This gives us a lot of room to play with, from classic skate parks to retro Street League stages, and if I had things my way, there would be an almost direct copy of Marafa's skate park from the Skate 3 Art Gallery DLC. It's fun to gush about that stuff, but now on to the actual meat of the game, your reason for playing it. You would start out the game as a glorified NPC at your local indoor skate park. Your board sucks, your clothes suck, and nobody knows who you are. Once you pull off some nice tricks though and put together a decent line, somebody offers to film you, and the owner of the park starts taking notice. This is your first real opportunity. Together with the owner and a few other park regulars, y'all put together a commercial for the park that brings more people in. The shop owner then agrees to give you all some free gear with how well the commercial did, and it also leads to the park getting expanded, adding a few more street sections and even a full-sized vert ramp. More obstacles means more things to do tricks on, and with that in mind, you and your friends start working on putting together sponsor me tapes to send out to different companies. You're the first to get a response, multiple in fact. Board companies like Zero and Baker want to bring you into their own facilities to see what you can do in person. If you can complete their challenges, you'd be able to pick them as your board sponsor. These challenges would be a lot like Skate 3's Own the Lot challenges, with you having to complete around 5 to 10 different objectives within the skate park to finish the challenge as a whole. They really want to see that you've got what it takes. Board companies would make you master their whole park before they'll sponsor you, but other sponsor types would ask you for something different. Shoe companies want a good photo, wheel companies want a single trick clip, and truck companies want a good line of varying lengths. But just because you're sponsored doesn't mean you're pro. You're still an amateur, and your new board sponsor wants to put together a video of their amateur talent. So that means back to the lab, and that also means you'd unlock another skatepark or two for you to collect clips in. To celebrate the video's release, you would host a pair of contests at your local skate park. The main event has 5 skaters, each with 3 shots at a 30-second run, and the competition between you and your skate buddies is stronger than expected. The other event would be a best trick contest. 10 skaters, 5 shots at landing something good. To complete the challenge, you'd only need to get top 3 in one of them, but to own the challenge, you'll need to win them both. With the contest being a success and your stock quickly rising, your board sponsor wants to fly you out to some other amateur events, and this gets you started on the contest circuit. This run of amateur events would see you getting scouted by other sponsors across a season consisting of 6 to 12 events, with different formats and different sponsor challenges at each one that earn you in-game currency. This money could be spent on buying new clothes, new gear, new objects in the park creator, and being able to expand the local skate park even more. If you manage to finish top 3 in points at the end of the season, you'll get offers to compete not only in Street League, but also in Tony Hawk's Vert Alert series, a competition and demo he's been running since 2021. Ideally, we'd expand the Vert Alert idea to also include pool skating as part of its in-game circuit. After that, you're off. It's my career time. Compete in the Street League and Vert Alert circuits and try to end each season as the leader in points heading into their Super Crown events. On your off days, you'll be able to film clips for your sponsors, run the local skate park, complete other challenges, and just have a good time. In these competitions, you'll find yourself competing both with real-life pro skaters and a variety of NPCs, a couple of which will be the skaters you originally broke into the business with. To give this game some real meat on its bones, I'd want every Street League course from the past 6 years included on release, along with about 6 other real-world skate parks and another 7 made for the game. Older Street League courses can be sold in DLC packs that'll be instantly added as potential selections in your season-long tournament rotation. The same goes for other future skatepark editions, whether they be ones that exist in real life or ones the developers came up with after the game's release. In recent years, Street League also started doing one-off events called SLS Resurrection, where they rebuild famous skate spots that have either been torn down or made unskateable. So far, they've done Hubba Hideout and the Wilshire 15 Stair. I think these could make for really fun bonus levels as a reward for completing multiple, very specific objectives over the course of a season. Like, say, having a challenge that wants you to do a kickflip backside tailslide to fakie into a switch heel flip 5-0, followed by a switch big spin. If one course doesn't give you the space to do that, you'll have to look for one that does throughout the season if you want to complete this challenge. This has been my wish for a Street League video game. In the comments, tell me what you think. If you don't want to do that, just tell me your favorite video part. Mine would either be Chris Cole from Ride the Sky or Dylan Reeder from Mindfield. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe. These Just Chatting videos are really fun to make. Anyways, thanks for watching.